Hey, what's up? It's Josh here, and inside of this training, I'm going to walk you through the fastest way to scale an online fitness coaching business to 20K months in 2025 without having a big social media following. Now, before we dive into this training, it's important to understand which online coach this is actually for. So this is for the coach who is wanting to scale to 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20K months, but you want to do it in a way where it's simple, fun, and almost automated to predictably scale, and you want to start charging what you're actually worth. And when I say what you're actually worth, I'm talking 1K, 2K, 3K plus fitness coaching packages while being able to work from anywhere in the world, supporting yourself from the money that you're making. And if that's you, then keep on watching this video. But if it's not you, then I'd suggest clicking off this and maybe checking out some of my other content so you can get wheels in motion until you're actually ready for something like this. Now, you're probably wondering, who's this guy here chatting? Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Josh Bowers, and I'm from the Gold Coast in Australia. You can usually catch me somewhere in Bali or Dubai or traveling around. I don't really actually live in Australia that much anymore. In fact, at all, I travel full time. I've been in the coaching industry now for 10 years. I spent a few years as an in-person PT, went really well with that. And then I moved into the online space when, that big epidemic happened in the world. I started a online fitness coaching business called the Bikini Body Project, where I scaled that to 500K in revenue. I had around 300 clients go through the program with 100 active clients at one point and no team. It was a little bit crazy, but honestly, it was a really, really cool business to run. Now I help other online coaches just like yourself, if you're still watching this, scale to 5, 10, 15, even 20K months using my signature framework called Freedom OS. Now, let's dig into why 99% of coaches never truly succeed online. And as I go through this, I want you to see which of these categories you kind of fit yourself into. And we'll start with the beginner. This is the coach who's most likely still working in person. So they're probably making, 3 to 10K a month in their in-person business. At this point here, they're what I call the industry's best kept secret. So essentially they have all the skills and knowledge to be a really good coach, and they probably are a fantastic coach, but no one really knows about them because they have no social media presence, or if they do, it's probably really average. They're lost and confused. They generally have a broke mindset. They have all sorts of random content going out. They're usually afraid to invest. They don't have any strategy, no niche, no offer, no positioning, no sales skills. And usually they're facing massive amounts of imposter syndrome because they see everyone else doing really well online and think, oh, I don't know if I could do that, or I don't know if that's me. That's the beginner. That might be you, it might not be you. Majority of the coaches that I work with inside of my programs, they find themselves in this category here called the hybrid coach. Now, the hybrid coach has started some things online. They're probably making 1 to 2K in their online coaching business. So they're probably doing a bit of in-person PT and a little bit online, or they might have even made the jump online, but they're probably only making a few grand a month. Now, the issue with being the hybrid is that you end up with really inconsistent lead flow. Like you get a couple here and there and then nothing for a few weeks. You're lucky to have 1 to 10 clients on the books max. You're most likely charging really low prices. Like I see a lot of these, hybrid coaches charging like 30, 40 bucks a week, and it's just embarrassing. And sorry if that hurts your feelings. You're most likely relying on organic marketing. You're probably helping everyone and anyone, cold outreach, poor sales skills, no systems, no processes. The delivery is usually quite unstable, and the income from that is generally quite unpredictable, which is usually why you probably still have 1 foot in the door as an in-person coach, or 1 foot in the door with some sort of job or something like that, just keeping you afloat in the background because you're still trying to make that push online. Final step is then what I call the online coach. At this point here, they're making 5 to 10K a month, and now they're really trying to get wheels in motion and scale. This doesn't necessarily mean that you've made it when you get to this point here, but once you've gotten to this point, ideally, you should have automated lead flow using paid traffic. You should have a really dialed in niche. You should be signing a minimum of 4 to 8 clients a month. That's 1 to 2 every single week. Your offer should be floating around 1 to 3K. Your delivery should be scalable. You shouldn't be working that many hours. Your profit margins should be high, and the business overall should feel like a conveyor belt where it's very predictable and it's just flowing nice and smooth. Now, here's the funny thing I find about this sort of, 3-stage process that coaches go through is most online coaches or online coaches, they tend to bounce between these two areas here. They go, oh, I'm a beginner, I'm going to make the jump online, and then they realize that the income is consistent as a hybrid coach. So then they go back to a beginner, and they flip-flop, and they go back and forth between these two categories, and it just gets extremely frustrating. Like I remember when I was going through this and I was like, come on, when am I going to start making some bloody money? If you're stuck in this process, or stuck in this sort of, trap, I should say, is it's really important that we get you into the online coach as fast as possible, because This is where you start to go, I don't even know if this is possible. Is something wrong with me? And you get filled with a lot of doubt. This is where you need to get a system and a strategy in place to help you actually scale. And that's what we're going to go through today. So inside of Freedom OS, which is the system that my clients and I use, we have 4 different pillars. We have what I like to call foundations, we have growth engine, client machine, and then scale and automate. Now, if we dig into each one of these just quickly, foundations is all of the foundational things you need to focus on in the beginning. So what we're looking at actually fixing here is essentially your offer, your goals, your clarity, your positioning. We're trying to just clean up all of the messy stuff that you're most likely facing in your business right now. The focus or the outcome is going to actually be getting your niche nailed, your messaging nailed, your positioning nailed, and then building your identity through content and personal brand so people can actually see who you are and what you stand for. Now, the outcome is when you actually get something like this in place, you actually know the exact type of person that you want to help and how to actually help them. No, you don't want to be helping everyone and anyone and busy people that are motivated. That's not enough. You really need to narrow this down even further. You'll then have a brand that actually attracts the right people into your world. And then once we have these systems in place, you'll have the confidence to sell. Pretty straightforward stuff. Then we dig into growth engine. Here, what we're looking at fixing is essentially all of the little holes in your systems for leads and audience growth. So we're going to start to get some systems in place. You're most likely reliant on hope, hustle, or cold DMs to get leads. So the focus will be launching some Instagram profile visit ads. We run these at about $20 a day. Usually you'll see anywhere from 10 to 30 leads coming in every single day without doing cold outreach, and a content rhythm that actually then nurtures these leads coming through. And the outcome of that is you get daily growth, automated lead flow with very low effort, and then visibility without running into burnout. So yes, we'll have you posting content, but it's going to be trust building content. And then we're using ads to bring people in without relying on the algorithm gods to throw us a lead. We then move into client machine. Now, client machine, what we're fixing here is inconsistent conversions, right? You might be getting sales calls and leads, but you're probably fumbling them. And sales actually feel really hard or draining when you actually do get a lead or a call in your calendar. What we'll be building is what we call your mini VSL and an offer doc. And then we're going to let your content do the heavy lifting up front. What this will do is it will really nurture your audience and create trust, which is going to allow you to sell a lot easier. So your sales convos start to feel more natural and aligned. Clients actually turn up to sales calls aligned and ready to buy. And then the conversions themselves actually become pretty predictable because you then have a sales system in place. Can you see already, just by getting these 3 pillars in place, there's so many systems that you're probably lacking in your business right now, and that's most likely why you're not scaling. And if anything, it is why you're not scaling. Our 4th pillar here is then scale and automate. So what we're looking at doing in this point is actually fixing up your onboarding and your messy back end and making sure that you can grow without needing to do more, because that might be a fear you have right now is like, I'm at 20 clients. If I want to get to 50, I don't think I can handle that. This is where scale and automate will fix that. So the focus is to systemize your onboarding, your delivery, and your communication with your clients. We'll then scale your offer without any extra hours needing to go down because you've got the systems in place that can handle it. The outcome is a 5-hour workday with nice clean systems. The business will essentially run 75% without you, which is really cool to see. And then you'll get back time freedom, which is exactly what you want, but then also your client results go up too. So a really important pillar in terms of scaling a business, but generally these 3 foundations, client machine and growth engine, are the 3 that you need to get in place right away. And then we focus on scale and automate as the business is really starting to scale. But when you get this in place, this is the system that will scale you to 5, 10, 15, 20K, even 30K plus months, because this is the stuff that every online fitness coaching business is generally lacking that's holding them back from making sales. So let's dig into the actual sales funnel itself so you can see how the sales process works when a lead comes in and turns into an actual client. So this is the Freedom OS sales funnel that we use inside of my business and also my clients. So we start off with top of funnel. Now this is where we're essentially focusing on generating awareness or just eyeballs on who you are and what you do. Now the way that we're going to do this is we're going to run these Instagram profile visit ads. You've probably seen these ads before. It's like hey, if you're this person, follow me here and I'll show you how to fix the problem that you're facing. We use that strategy plus a few other different ones with the profile visit ads. And then we use organic content as well. This is how you get the attention of people who don't know who you are. The ads override organic content and we're essentially paying for eyeballs. So it just speeds up that process so much faster than just relying on organic content, which is most likely what you're doing right now. We'll then move into your middle of funnel, which is where we focus on creating connection and trust with your audience. The way that we do that is we post daily stories, but not just random selfies. We have strategic frameworks and AI tools that we use to generate stories that will help you move people through your sales funnel. We then rely on retargeting ads. We have a mini VSL. And just as a total side note, you're watching my mini VSL right now. And then we also eventually will deploy an email list when you get to the point, and that's going to further nurture your audience too. As your leads move through this sales funnel, they get down to the bottom of funnel. This is where they're very close to conversion. So this is why we call the bottom of funnel conversion. At this point here, they'll either reach out to you or you'll reach out to them to have a conversation where you'll book them in for a call, and then we'll sell them into your high ticket coaching offer. Once they become a client, you'll then obviously onboard and deliver to them. That obviously matters. You'll then build a community with case studies, and then you'll get compounding results, which actually, if we zoom this out, fuels this overall funnel. Goes back into your organic content, and then more leads come through because we have more proof, we have more trust, and we have more authority. When you get this sales funnel in place, trust me, it's an absolute game changer, and it creates a lot of velocity in terms of not only filling your sales pipeline, but filling your client books as well. Now, this has worked for many, many of my clients, but here's a few noteworthy ones. We have Mr. Michael Todd. This guy did 29K in his first 2 days of launching his program. He quit his job in the mines where he was working for 12 years. Now he runs a faith-based coaching program, and we just relaunched the program. And in the first week, I think he signed on around 25 high-ticket clients as well. His social media following went from about 250 people to 88,000. 250 to 88,000. Yes, it did explode. We then have Rylan, who's helping skinny guys gain weight. This dude has been an absolute weapon since he joined the program. He's floating around 10K months now with 35 clients on the books. He's about to quit his job. It says after 12 years here. That's a spelling mistake. Ignore that. He's about to quit his job in around 2 months' time. I think he said the other day on one of our coaching calls, he's actually going to look at pulling the pin sooner. This dude is just crushing it as well. We then have Mr. Luke Dixon. Luke's been a long-term client of mine. We've scaled his business now to consistent 20 to 25K months. He's got around 60 clients on the books. This also says full-time online for the last 12 months. I've obviously been lazy and not updated these slides. Luke, right now at the time of me filming this, is traveling around Europe, and he's been over there for about 6 weeks. And fortunately, he's still making money because he's got his online coaching business running. So it's really cool to see this system not only work for myself, but also many of my clients as well. Now, my friend, after watching this video, you have two paths to go down. Path A is essentially what you can focus on is just not invest in getting help with someone. It doesn't have to be me. You can go and try and figure this out by yourself, because that's what you're probably going to do after watching this. You're like, oh, I'm taking notes, and yeah, I'm going to try and implement exactly what I've learned from this training today, and I'll be all good, Josh. Short term, you're going to save money doing that, but long term, you're still going to be stuck 6 months from now just spinning your wheels. You're going to be trading time for money if you're still in a job, and still unhappy and unfulfilled, and honestly just pissed off that your business isn't moving faster than what it could be. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to be in that situation. And if you're watching this training, you've probably been stuck for 6 months already. So like, how many more times are you going to tell yourself, oh, I'll just figure this out by myself. I've got it. I'll be able to figure this out. Or you could go down path B. Now, path B, you can look at it getting help. You could jump into Freedom Coach, work with me, someone else, I don't really care. Your bank account and ego take a hit in the short term, and you risk the investment not working out. You might have had a mentor before and it didn't work, and I'm sorry that that has been the case for you. Not everything works out, but in the short term, that's what kind of happens when you invest with someone. But long term, 6 months from now, you're fully online, 5, 10, 15, 20K plus months coming in consistently. I'm talking recurring revenue. You've got the freedom, time, and money to do whatever you want, right? That's a cool part, which gives you that location freedom. And then you actually have a dream business with dream clients. I don't know about you, but I'd probably be going path B. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to convince you of anything. I just wanted to give you some straight source in this training today. The other question that I kind of have to say is like, what would it actually do for you? Like, let's just be real here for a second. You've probably watched a couple trainings like this. You know that it's going to take some hard work and some effort to scale your business. You know that you're probably lacking a system. But like, have you ever just asked yourself the question, like, what would it actually do for you? Like, I get it. Building and scaling online is hard and lonely. I've been doing this for over 5 years now. I get it. It's so hard. But what if I could help you create the foundations of a successful online coaching business that makes this simple for you, that makes it predictable, that makes it consistent, that removes the stress? I don't know about you, but it would change everything for me. And I know that it would change everything for you. That's just the minimum of what we do inside of Freedom Coach. On top of that, we'll also install those 4 pillars. So foundations, growth engine, client machine, and scale and automate. Once you get those 4 pillars in place, getting to 10 to 20K a month is actually pretty straightforward because you have a system there. Like, this is the exact same system that I use to scale to 40K months. And it's not just like a one-off I did 40K. I've been doing 40K for the last 7 months at the time of filming this. It's the same system that my clients are using to make 5K, 10K, 15, 20. Luke's doing 25. There's other clients doing even more than that I didn't show in this training because I don't have enough time to squeeze it in. If you wanted to get a system like this installed into your business, now is the time to do it. And if you're interested in getting Freedom OS, which is everything that we do here, just send me the keyword deets on Instagram and I'll send you all of the details for my program and we'll get you on the team. If not, I hope you got a bit of value from this training and I'll see you in the team at some point in the future anyway.